Hi, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to mount speaker brackets for your PA system or your speakers. So here you can see I've got the wall mounts and then the adjuster, and you can see there's two units because for left and right speaker, and I'll just show you how to set up the one, and obviously you'll just follow the same procedure for the second one. Right, I want to mount this speaker bracket on the wall here. It seems to be a pillar, and I'm going to mount it somewhere here. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, before mounting any speaker, just measure the height of the speaker. This has to be 67, and the reason you do that is you don't want the speaker to hit some sort of ceiling or anything in the way. For example, if this is mounted over here and I add 67 centimeters, is it going to hit the top of this LARPA, this wooden beam? No. So that means it can be installed here. Right, you can use a template if you want, and sometimes it comes included in the package, but I'm not going to use the template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark off the holes from the bracket itself. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do not drill into a top brick. This brick will just break off. Second row also a little bit worrying, because especially because the speaker's heavy. So I would say, third row and down. If your wall is bricked all the way to the top, then it doesn't matter, you can install it anywhere. But because the bricks end here, don't install the bracket anywhere near the top of the brick or anywhere near the side, because when you drill it in, the brick will just split. So my advice is to stay in the middle. Right, now you can just use a screwdriver and mark it off like that, or you can use a marker and just make your little dot there. Now make my little dot there and there. Now if your speaker bracket does not have this whole gap here, and it only has a hole just like this, then it'll be very important that you use a spirit level to make sure that you get this straight. So what you do is just line up the spirit level until you see the bubble in the center, and then you get it straight. Then you mark off your holes. But because this can shift like that, it doesn't matter so much that it's exactly in the middle, because you can shift it. And maybe in your installation, you actually want to install it so that this thing can rotate. You might even want the speaker at an angle. But in my installation, I just want it 90 degrees or perpendicular to the ground. For the highest accuracy, I recommend drilling a pilot hole. A pilot hole is a smaller hole that gets you more accuracy. You see, that is the size of the plug, and as you can see, a pilot hole is much smaller. But often when you're drilling with a big drill bit, you often find that the drill shifts a bit. But if it shifts a little bit with the small drill bit, it's only a minor imperfection, while if it shifts a little bit with a big drill bit, you tend to be totally off center. So I like to use a pilot hole. So just line the drill up, put it on the hammer function, and drill. When you are drilling, make sure the drill is perpendicular to the wall or the drill is in a horizontal position. Now what you do is you put the bracket back and you make sure the pilot hole was in the correct position. See there? Right, so actually this one here is a little bit higher. So when I drill, I'm going to drill a little bit lower. Otherwise you'll find that this is not going to fit exactly right. So it should be about there. So that one is a little bit off. And that's the reason why you do the pilot hole, because now I know. Now what you want to do is you want to match the drill bit to the plug. Now maybe they gave you a drill bit. Sometimes they give you a drill bit. You can see there's one that came in the box, but I like to use my own drill bits. So this one just happens to fit on my drill, which happens to be an SDS drill. Anyway, so there you can see it's matched. And if you want to use this type of wall plug, it's also fine. Then you just match it to the drill bit as well. This is much stronger, although just be careful, it does sometimes split a brick. Right, when you start drilling, always start slowly as you enter the hole. And when it's time to come out, don't yank the drill out, because you might loosen some of the brick here. So you just pull it out gently. You can see there's the plug, and I'm able to push it in with my hand. If you find that yours is a bit stiff, you can gently tap it with a hammer. Now mine would go in, but I'm just showing you, if you find that it's still not going in, you could put the screw in and also gently tap it. See there? Just gently. If you find that it's still not going in, you've drilled the hole too small and you've used the wrong bit. Okay, you want it to be flush with the surface of the wall. Now just that bottom one is left. Now recall that this pilot hole is a little bit higher, so I'm just going to put these in and just show you. All right, so that's flush on the wall, and you can see there's the pilot hole. So what do you notice? You can see it's a little bit higher. So as I drill, I'm actually going to drill at a slight angle going down and then go straight. So that's how you error correct. Had I not done this pilot hole, the main hole would have been somewhere there, and you can see that would have been a major problem. This is the reason why you do a pilot hole, because now when I drill, I just know to drill a little bit downwards. So I want the main hole to be over there. But if the main hole was there, I would have to re-drill or refit this entire bracket. Right, so as I said, I'm going a little bit down. Now you can see the angle of the drill. So now that I've made the hole a little bit down, now I gently bring the angle down. Now I'm horizontal with the ground plane again, perpendicular to the wall. And gently pull the drill out. Right, so there's the plug, and now it's time to fit the bracket. Now notice I've put washers on each one of these bolts. There you go. Right, there you can see I've fitted all 3 bolts, and now I'm going to screw them in almost to the tightest position, so medium tight. Right, just using an impact screwdriver, I'm tightening them. Right, so now you can see that I've partially tightened this one. These 2 are still loose, as you can see, but now it allows me to shift this in the orientation I want. Now I want this completely vertical, so this is where you use your spirit level. Right, I've used my spirit level, and now it's time to tighten it. Right, you do not need to over tighten this. I don't know if you can see, it has taken the shape of the brick, because the one brick is a little bit out. That's fine, and you can see that there's no free play there. See, that's how I know there's no free play. You don't have to go very tight. If you're using a wrench to tighten these bolts, I set my torque wrench to 15 Newton meters, and then that's tight enough. Remember, these are plastic wall plugs. They can't be tightened as much as the steel expanding ones. Right, now I'm just going to do a safety check. I weigh 90 kilos. Fine, I didn't hear any creaking or anything. Different manufacturers have different setups here. So this particular one requires a through bolt that goes there to stop it from shifting like that. So what you need to do now is just install that bolt. So I go like that, and as you can see, it's got these 2 plastic washers, and they go and almost hug the shaft. You can see there, they are rounded to take the shape of the shaft. And the bolt goes through there, comes out the other side, and it's got a nylon nut. Now it's time to tighten it. My advice is don't tighten it completely yet. Okay, so it can still move, and now I just want to decide on the orientation, if I want it to angle down or not. Right, for example, do you want it like that or like that? So that's up to you, and I suggest you decide, and then you'll tighten it. Right, so there you see the completed installation. Thanks for watching. Cheers.